It's an SEC showdown on Valentine's Day. Kentucky and Auburn. The Wildcats travel to face the Tigers. We've seen plenty of early Auburn money. Opened 8.5, bet up to 10. I think I sent over a 10 for the graphics guys. Now it's been bet back down to 9.5. So they are getting two-way action on this game. The total sitting at 158 as we record early on Wednesday morning. This Auburn team, 22-3 now. 10-2 in the SEC, number 10 in the country. They don't have a senior on the roster. It looked from day one like they'd be shorthanded without Austin Wiley, Daniel Purifoy, two guys who haven't played. And then, what's happened? No problem for the Tigers from day one. They had to play Georgia on Saturday. They didn't have leading scorer Bryce Brown. No problem. They rolled 78-61. That's the 8th SEC win that has come by double figures. So this team's brought it from day one this season, and they've been blowing teams out. Now, Brown suffered a sprained shoulder against Texas A&M last week. He did dress and try to warm up on Saturday. He couldn't go, but the market's certainly expecting that Bryce Brown will be able to go for Auburn tonight. And again, he is their leading scorer. We have to ask ourselves, with a team that's 22-3, 10-2 in the SEC, number 10 overall, are the Tigers legit contenders? You know, can you win in the NCAA when the average size of your starter is 6'4", and no starter is taller than 6'7"? That's a concern. The lack of size for Auburn is a concern. Now, they're number 31 in the nation in offensive rebounding percentage, which speaks volumes about their effort, despite their lack of size. And of course, the good balance and all the fast break buckets, number 6 in offensive efficiency. They've been great at closing games out as well. 78%, just shy of 78% from the free throw line. That's number 9 in the country. Those are all really good stats that say maybe you can have success despite the fact that you're not a particularly big or physically imposing team. And of course, Auburn's got the balance. Brown, Herron, Harper, Murray, all averaging better than 11 points per game. Georgia was a similar matchup when it comes to size, you know, against Auburn. And it was no problem for Auburn. Bruce Pearl, quote, "I thought we did a good job we had to put a body on them. To hold Georgia to 5 offensive rebounds is really something. We mixed up defense and did everything we could to try to lengthen their possessions. They only got 49 shots, and a part of that was full court pressure and making them work to get the ball up the floor. When you're smaller, you have advantages over 94 feet. That's very true. Now, we talk about the Kentucky side of the equation. And it's certainly circle the wagon times for the Wildcats. This 3 straight losses for Kentucky. They're going on the road to face a top 10 team. They're going to be underdogs 2 more times after this before the regular season. If they lose both, they lose tonight, they don't win the SEC tournament. Kentucky even make the field right now? And there was a real issue of toughness. You know, the beatdown at Texas A&M on Saturday. They allowed 59 points in the second half of that game. They trailed by as many as 23. And there was one easy basket after the next. You know, Aggies going in for easy layups and easy dunks. John Calipari, quote, "Each week that goes by, it gets harder and harder to get this thing to where you want it to go. When things go bumpy, guys just let go because my stuff's not right, so I'm just hanging my head," which is what young kids do. And we've got to break that. Look, Calipari's had so many gifted teams for so many years. I don't know if this year he has the X's and O's or the psychological skills to turn this team. That being said, Kentucky does give Auburn some matchup problems. And if they can utilize their size inside, they get a chance not just to cover, they get a chance to win this game in straight up fashion, something that should solve their NCAA tournament issues in a big, big hurry. No surprise here if Kentucky takes care of business in a money line way on the road at Auburn. That being said, if things get away from Kentucky, I'm not convinced they're going to bounce back. So if you have a Wildcats wager and things get ugly, you may want to think about getting off it in game. There you have it. Sports Bit Wednesday in the books. We'll be back again tomorrow on Thursday. More big game breakdowns. All kinds of good stuff right here on Sports Bit. Betting Insight today. Best of luck. Enjoy the games. Happy Valentine's. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please Make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.